Want to learn how to create a Whole30 meal plan? Watch this video to learn my foolproof method. For the best meal planning tips and to be notified when I post a new video every Tuesday, hit the bell to subscribe. Hey meal preppers, it's Allison, Prep Dish Founder. I'm here to help you create a happier, healthier mealtime. Today, we're discussing one of my favorite topics, meal planning. I promise to show you how to create a Whole30 compliant weekly meal plan using the same method I use when creating meal plans every week for my thousands of subscribers. In this video, I'll break down the meal creation process into 5 simple steps. Step number 1 is meal count. For this step, you're going to grab your calendar and count how many meals you need for the week. Don't forget to include breakfast. You'll also want to count the number of servings you need for each meal and include any guests that might be joining you. You can also check your fridge, freezer, and pantry and see if you have any existing Whole30 compliant meals. If you do, you can use that and subtract those from the meal count needs for the week. Step number 2 is to focus on approved foods. So this step is important both for your Whole30 diet meal plan success and for keeping your mindset positive. My advice is to only look at foods that you can have instead of looking at foods that you can't and trying to force those foods to work within your Whole30 food plan. Starting Whole30 can seem restrictive, but by focusing only on compliant foods, you shift the focus onto all the tasty foods and Whole30 recipes that you can have. Using the Whole30 book or website as a resource, I suggest typing up an extensive Whole30 guide of foods that you can select from. Remove any foods that you don't care for from this list. So that way, when you go to review this list, it is only approved foods that you enjoy. Step 3 is selecting the recipes. This is the fun part. So there's 2 different methods that I recommend when selecting your meals for the week. So method number 1 is simply selecting a protein and 1 or 2 veggies that you enjoy from the list that we created in the step previously. So for example, my list might include chicken thighs plus sweet potatoes and Swiss chard, lamb chops with acorn squash and spinach, cod with potatoes and fennel. Don't worry too much about preparation method, you can always look that up later. And as I mentioned earlier, don't forget to select a Whole30 breakfast option. I usually just do 1 or 2 options for the entire week. So the second method is finding Whole30 diet recipes. Now this is key. I find that sticking to recipes that you can have versus trying to force a non-compliant recipe is much easier. A few ideas for this method. First, Melissa Urban, who's the Whole30 founder, she has multiple cookbooks. These should be a go-to resource for recipes that you know will be compliant. You can also search Pinterest for Whole30 meal ideas and Whole30 inspiration. But keep in mind, you may still want to reference an official approved list, as some of these recipes may not do a great job of adhering to the Whole30 plan and the rules. Pinterest is also a great place to find Whole30 snack, Whole30 lunch, and Whole30 dinner recipes. Whether you are creating your own meals or using recipes, doubling or even tripling is a great way to make your Whole30 diet easier to execute. And now here's 3 bonus tips when selecting your meals. The first is to check the weather. I always like to include soup when rain is in the forecast. The second is to know your seasons and select vegetables based on what's in season. And the third is to implement theme nights. This is something like a stir-fry Saturday or a Taco Tuesday, obviously using like a lettuce wrap for those. And for any of these theme nights, I like to do a build your own style. So then if there's people in the family that aren't doing Whole30, they can have other items and it's more of a pick and choose and build your own style. After this step, you should know what you're making for the entire week. The 4th step is to create your grocery list and do your shopping. In this step, you'll make your Whole30 grocery list by taking the ingredients from each recipe and forming it into a consolidated list. After making your list, quickly review the items to ensure everything is compliant with an official Whole30 guide. So from here, you will purchase your groceries. Consider doing a grocery delivery or curbside pickup to save time. Step number 5 is meal prep. After you have the groceries, this is an optional step to do your meal prep, which is chopping up your vegetables, mixing up seasonings and spices, and just getting yourself ready for the week. Weekly meal prep, including Whole30 meal prep, is my specialty. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do a video on meal prep for Whole30. Now you know my method for creating a Whole30 meal plan. If you're looking for done-for-you meal plans, I've got you covered. Check out the link below for Whole30 help. These plans include an organized grocery list and specific instructions for meal prepping the recipes ahead of time. My goal with these meal prep meal plans is to save you time and make following the Whole30 easy, whether it's your first Whole30 or you've done a few. Now I want to hear from you. What are your Whole30 success stories? Let me know in the comments below. And remember that at Prep Dish, I am doing the meal planning for you. If you want to check out my done-for-you Whole30 plans, including easy Whole30 recipes and food prep, use the link below. If this video was helpful, be sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and hit that like button so I know to make more videos like this. See you in the next one.